What's going on, everyone? What's going on, Japan? What's going on, America? And everyone that's watching. So, I mean, this stuff gets out of control. And it's just one of these topics that if you get in it, it's not going to be easy to get out. And you got to know what you're doing. So, one thing I'm going to cover right away is I'm going to do two videos about it. I see two color people doing two good things here. He wasn't too bad. Rebecca Kage just did an excellent job. So, we're going to do some reacts here. But first and foremost, we're going to cover one of the most important things that I'm going to call complete and other bullshit. And this is people, definitely the people with the woke agenda and people who can't handle the truth, that are coming onto a lot of people's pages. It's not just mine, because I went through tons of comments in these past 3 videos, that are claiming that all these Japanese comments, and a lot of Japanese are saying they're tired of this too, are white males trying to pose as Japanese in the comments, and that Japan has no issue. And it's like, okay, so y'all ready to shut this shit down? Japan, I got you. Watch this. So one thing that you cannot combat and argue with is where YouTube and Google shows you where people are commenting from. Are you ready for this? So you can shut your mouth permanently? Let's go to my top geography for this video right here. Let's take a look at it right quick. Much context on why this is. 5,457 views. You see, these are all Japanese, you know what I mean? I would have to translate this to English. But let's look at the top geography right here. Here it is, y'all. What does that say? Almost 50% is from Japan. Shut your mouth and never say nothing again. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This excuse is over. Trying to say 100% of the people that are making comments, or most of them, is white males in disguise, and it's all white people. So, like, I mean, bro, are you serious? Like, seriously, grow up and develop and learn your facts here. This right here, y'all don't have anything else to say after this. Why is it that almost 50% of my engagement is from Japan alone? United States is only 22.9%. United Kingdom is 2.4%. So if we talk, what you talking about? You know how many people live in the United States too? So what are we talking about here? Whites coming in and posing as Japanese. That's over. Anyways, let's move on. So let's look at some good stuff here, because I had a lot of people also coming to my channel saying I'm not covering anything positive. Why did I have to point out that one dude in my recent video you guys watched? Yeah, because he was ignorant and he was wrong. I don't hate the guy. I don't have anything against him, but he was very rude and toxic towards Japanese culture. And he was very insensitive, and he was not understanding and was not even trying to hear anything they had to say. So it's time to shut all that down, and that's why I just shut this down right here. So you have nothing to say anymore. Do you want me to show you some other videos? Because I can, but I think my most popular video right here recently with 335 likes. By the way, I got like 98, 99% ratio like, you know what I'm saying? Here. And now you understand that it's not white males posing as Japanese in the comments. They care. I talked to them for 3 straight nights, catering to them for hours and hours doing this. I wasn't even gaming. To listen to what they have to say, because it's their history that's being insulted. It's not anybody else's. And Yasuke is from their history. So I want to hear what they have to say from a heart to heart. I want to gather as much intel as possible and see how they feel. And they're pissed off. It's known on Twitter through engagement from me, and it's known on my YouTube comments and other places. I'm not gonna fake anything. Like, people that are ignoring this, you're literally being ignorant to the max degree. So right here, we have a person called Joseph Whitty here. So let's see what he has to say. I checked out, you know, his video isn't too bad, but, you know, he wants to look at some things right here. Let's start off right here.
Japan is destroying Assassin's Creed Shadows.
No, Ubisoft is destroying their own game. Japan didn't develop this, and they weren't involved. They're defending their history because you're insulting them, and then you're coming with this woke nonsense.
Let's see what the hell they talking about. Because how is... Well, it is a lot of racial shit going on, so...
Oh, yeah, there is. On so many spectrums, you're insulting Yasuke's history, so you are insulting the colored race. But more than anything, you're insulting Japan. It was different if this would have been made by Japanese, or even made by African developers, but they don't really exist. But out of all, still, though, the fact that you have a culture that is not any of these races doing this is where racism was stemmed from, because they're the ones that are starting the pot here. Colored people are not doing this. And Japanese people are not doing this. Woke people are doing this, and Ubisoft is doing this. Let's get our facts straight here. I'm coming here professional. I ain't making no mistakes.
And people don't like black people, so
Yeah, a lot of people don't like other people either. I mean, I live in Texas, man. I've seen the hate towards Mexicans too, and what happened to the Indians too. So, like I said, my thing is with this, guys, is I don't like when people try to make it seem like only one race gets hate, when really it's humanity that is dealing with a lot of hate from something that isn't human that caused all this racism. Because racism is not human; it's demonic. But let's continue here.
All right, I'm gonna get into this, bro. Get into this, joke, bro.
2 days ago, Ubisoft Japan posted their Assassin's Creed
Ubisoft
Shadows
Japan, okay.
trailer. Let's check out how.
Now, you see, that this is the thing right here, and I know what he's talking about when he says Ubisoft Japan. I want to see the French headquarters and the main Ubisoft people step forward. Don't get Ubisoft Japan to try to apologize for me, because it's not an Ubisoft Japan issue. It's an issue from the headquarters of Ubisoft and the main people developing in this game, and the woke people. Like, you know, get out of here with that. I'm not trying to hear that.
How it's going. We got wonderful metrics like 664 likes. Oh, great. But 7,793 dislikes.
This was worse than this, by the way. This video is from 3 weeks ago, so you should see it now. It's way worse. And I wanted to cover this because this is somebody that did something way before this started.
82% dislike ratio.
That's crazy. And it's only because of Yasuke and the Black Samurai. That's the only reason why I got so many dislikes. I can guarantee that.
He says, right, he has so many dislikes. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, you know, people attacking other people outside of their culture, but it's people not fitting an agenda. And if you don't agree with that agenda, they act like infantiles and want to call you racist. Or if you're black, you can't be called racist. They're going to just give you a whole bunch of negativity. But that does not change the fact that you're being delusional and you're being ignorant and you're not paying attention to where the big issue is here. It's what Ubisoft in Japan, and using Yasuke as a shield to insult another culture. The main thing here is Japanese history. If you would have just made this fiction, this could have passed. And I'm tired of people also trying to say that this is fiction, because you're trying to change the narrative to make it seem that way so it could just be all okay to fit your agenda. You're not fooling me with any of this. I'm going to see past every illusion you try to throw at my mind. It's not working.
These comments translated to English, such as, "It's so scary to see samurai killing so many people in the streets," while Yasuke is saying that he won't tolerate evil. "They're more like demons than samurai. Why not set it in a battlefield?"
Okay.
There's a scene where Yasuke crushes the head of a fallen enemy, but this can't be overlooked. He's not a zombie, so there's no need to destroy his head.
Bro, I do understand the whole honor thing.
You have to understand that in Japanese history, like, even when you see games, you know, when you're taking off somebody's head, it's because you're getting to some like elite, respected guy. You made it all the way to the end. You made it to one of the most powerful samurais, and at the end you behead him. And if he did commit suicide, it's because, you know, it's just shame. He don't want to stay alive after that. You know what I mean? Yasuke was not a part of that. You know what I mean? So Ubisoft is kind of like, you know, coming in Japan and making it seem like he's so good with the samurai sword and the club that he could just slice through all these samurais that is their entire lifestyle. He's only been in Japan for a little while. There's no way he could have learned and mastered Bushido that fast. There's no way he could have rose up in the ranks of Japan and be respected by Japan to become a samurai. He would have been killed already, because them dudes were insane. You had to be extremely intelligent and intentional. You better have some damn backup. You know what I mean? And there's no way he learns Japanese. You can't be doing all this within a year. And then coming in there just, you know, mopping through them and having pre-made custom armor. That's like, come on, man. Like I said, if you would have made fiction and you would have worked with Japan, this would have been better. But you just went ahead and did all this because that's what you wanted to do. Not because you're making a mistake here. I don't look at any of this as a mistake. Oh, no, you know what you're doing.
As well as a samurai. So, they say Yasuke is not a samurai. He's a racist. What the f?
Okay, whoever said that is a complete idiot. That literally makes 0 sense. I literally think that that's what I like to call, like, trying to get attention, because that's literally the most irrelevant statement I've ever seen in my life. That's literally impossible. But you see, that's the type of mindset that I don't like, is this type of, like, when you say some stupid stuff like that, and this is being said with the woke agenda, from the people in the woke agenda, and other people who want to defend Ubisoft, and other people who want to call Japan racist. Or call somebody else racist is coming in to defend them. When you just say stuff like that, and it's like, there's nothing remotely intelligent about what you're doing. You don't have anything to back it up. You just want to say it because you don't have anything smart to say.
That doesn't even make...
Yasuke is not a samurai.
Somebody's trying to kill me, and you get mad that I'm stomping his head. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're trying to kill me, but I can't stomp your head in. So now I'm racist because I'm a black man that is defending myself from another samurai that's Japanese or whatever the case may be. That doesn't even mean fuck the racial shit, but that's what it is.
Yeah, no, for sure, because that's not even a reality, and he wouldn't have even got that far. He would have been executed before he got to even do that, and none of that would have bowed to him. That's what I'm saying. Like that place was very elite back then, like insanely elite. He ain't finna just run around and do that, then run around in the village and just all chill with people. Like, come on, man, get out of here.
And you're mad because I stumped his head in. Now I'm racist. What type of shit is that?
Right. He's a racist. Here's another one. It says,
what?
Aside from the fictional setting of Black Samurai, there's no need to portray Japanese people as shabby and make them bow repeatedly every time they pass by. It almost feels like there's malice towards Japanese people.
Oh my God.
We'll take a look at this one too. It says, personally, I've never understood the concept of cultural appropriation. Now I've come to fully appreciate how vicious and unpleasant it is. I think it's a real shame what Ubisoft has done here, because in my opinion, Yasuke is pretty cool historically. It's just like
historically,
another tale of a dude who had the odds stacked against him, but still managed to find some success. But then here comes these white saviors at Ubisoft, making Yasuke into someone who's
he's not lying.
really unlikable.
They're French.
Why is that such a recurring theme with these like DEI companies and activists? Like they claim to be against bigotry, but then they're like some of the most bigoted people around. And I'm not just talking about like racism against Japanese people. No, they're also being racist to black people too. Let's play this clip from Asmon.
I've been informed that
you got a point.
Yasuke gameplay today.
That's what I've been telling people.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, and that when he fights, there is a hip hop soundtrack only.
Yeah, that is type crazy.
And I want you guys to think about this. What the fuck does hip hop have to do with that time period? Remember, this is the way the developers are wanting to show you. Remember, see who's racist here. It's not Japan. That's absolutely insane. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You're representing somebody in the wrong manner. And you got people so much in their egos because they're stuck on things. And then they get tunnel vision and they can't see anything other than that. And they want to defend nonsense instead of listening to the truth. Where it's like, bro, what the hell? If you want to do that, make an Afro Samurai game with Afro beats and stuff. And make it clearly for black people. And then make Assassin's Creed game that Japan and the rest of the world deserves. A male ninja. Yes, we all know this. Female ninjas didn't do battles like that. You literally are disrespecting a Japanese male. It's a Japanese male that is pissed off more than anything. Because you're insulting his pride, his history, and you're basically saying he can't be represented in his own game. There's like there's 2 games with African protagonists. You guys can look it up. We're not. I mean, come on, include Egypt too. But there's 0 games with Japanese male protagonists. You see what I'm saying? How we say that they must have a problem with the Japanese male. They have a right to be mad. If you don't think that that's what this is about the Japanese male being angry and them being angry at what you fucking with their history too and altering things, and you want to make it seem just like it's just about Yasuke being black, I have to say you're not that bright. You're being pretty dumb. And I'm trying to be as nice as possible. In my other video, I was very vicious. I'm toning that down here a little bit. I'm talking to you more calm. But I have to say, if that's really your mindset and you want to say that and run around and just call people racist who don't agree with Yasuke being represented as protagonist, then you're just not. Yeah, I don't even want to deal with you because it's just stupid. So yeah, please open your eyes. That's me being nice about it.
I mentioned that in the when we was watching the new gameplay. And I was like, yeah, was it live who was watching it? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Ubisoft 4. And I was like, yeah, they're playing hip-hop. I had noticed that. I was excited because of the gameplay, but I had noticed they was playing, like, hip-hop music as well. Infused with, like, on some Wu-Tang.
Not while I have breath in my lungs.
It is tight racist. It is tight racist towards black people.
It's literally saying, that's you. And this is what I'm playing for you. Now, please go to it and insult Japan. Now, if you guys want me to, this is why I'm saying. This is why you want me to do things. Because if you want me to show you racism, I'm gonna give it to you in an intelligent manner. Instead of this nonsense that was coming at me and other people in Japan, I'm like, man, let me show you what it is. Because it's live inequality. You see what I'm saying? It's affecting your real life. It's insulting your history, your culture. It's victimizing you while brainwashing you like they're doing here and insulting another culture. See, that's what racism is. Now, somebody getting mad at somebody and calling somebody a name on Call of Duty, but y'all can just hang out and you know, everything's good. That's not going to do anything to nobody in real life. You know what I mean? It's not going to stop you from living. No. Understand what racism is. I swear, man, we live in today's age where people use stuff. It's like, bro, do you know what definition you're using? Like, people don't remember the definitions of anything anymore. It's ridiculous.
Can't even do like traditional African representation without delving into like overt African American stereotypes. Well, to do something more positive, I think that more and more people who didn't care about this sort of news before are nowadays showing interest in seeing how bigoted and hypocritical all those sort of DEI and virtue signaling activists are. Let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. As always, thanks for.
But yeah, you know, his video wasn't too bad, you know. So let's go over to the next guy who actually does their things in even better manner. And this could be another long react, but once again, we have to show things from a color perspective now of what they're doing that I think is good, and why Japan isn't racist, and why you guys need to stop making up, blaming the Caucasian for everything and saying that they're coming in making comments posing as Japanese, and that's what that is. I already proved that at the beginning of the video. So let's see what the Black Hokage has to say here. And by the way, if Japan was a racist, well, he wouldn't even be allowed to do that because that's not real. But so what? You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I mean, that's just the way he wants to do that. He's growing and everything is fine. I don't see nobody taking his channel down. You know what I mean? Get out of here with that.
Picture this. You've been an Assassin's Creed fan since the inception of the franchise. And being that you are a member of the AC community, you know the #1 thing that fans want to see is the series go to Japan. After all, when most hear the word assassin, the first thing that comes to mind is the shinobi. For years, Ubisoft put off this idea, even going as far as to dismiss the concept of feudal Japan. In a 2014 interview with IGN,
like I said, because they have a problem with Japan. This has nothing to do with anything else except who they wanted to represent to insult Japan with.
game's director went on to say,
"You could always do it, but the point I was trying to make was that in the broad strokes and scales of history, that's a thing that's been well mined in video games. So Assassin's Creed is one of those games that can take lesser known time periods or corners of the world and make them cool, fun, new, and refreshing. Feudal Japan would work for an Assassin's game for sure, but I feel like it would start to look like, oh, I've played this, you know what I mean? Or, oh,
no. Oh, yeah, you must suck at development too. You must be shitty developers if you can't do that. And you're saying that, oh, we're just gonna make it look generic like everything else. Shut up. This guy's an idiot. Not only that, but you've already proven that people were interested in this game by what you did with the female ninja. I was instantly drawn in. Imagine if you did everything correctly and actually worked with Japan to include that quality in it. I'm not buying this crap.
I've been a ninja before, I've been a samurai before.
But it would seem Ubisoft has changed their tone because recently they revealed the latest entry in the AC franchise titled Assassin's Creed Shadows. It takes place in feudal Japan and it stars a Japanese woman and a black samurai. This left us
He can do that because, you know, he's black. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter at the end of the day because that's not even wrong. You know, he's just being humorous about it. And that's not what this is about. Like I said, that type of stuff to me wouldn't even be considered racist. I already told you what racism is.
Certain demographic with a difficult choice. They had to decide if they hated women or black people more. And if you're on social media, I think you know what choice they made.
That's what I would say if I were another puppet controlled by the mainstream liberal media.
Truthfully, this ongoing debate has
history.
nothing to do with race and everything to do with historical accuracy. And it...
Wow, that is so nice to see. Somebody that actually really understands what this is about. That I've been saying for a long time too. And it's just good to see other people do this. And this guy made this a month ago. I've never seen this till recently because people wanted me to do a video. You know what? I'm nice enough to do this. I didn't even have to do this. I'm doing this so that people can shut up and realize that I can show you things in a manner that you wouldn't even know.
It doesn't matter how many Japanese people have stated they love Yasuke. It's the people who are chronically online, hiding behind anime avatars like me that you should trust. This has nothing to do with some people's disdain for seeing a black man in power. This has everything to do with maintaining the historical accuracy of the Assassin's Creed franchise. See,
yeah, and then you got people that really want to make it seem like it's only fiction so this could be ignored. Because they don't have anything intelligent to say. And they want to try to gaslight you, make you feel guilty, and make you accept this garbage. Because they don't have the intelligence to do so, and they just want to defend something. Let's let the cat out of the bag with that. There's plenty of colored people that are saying this. Tons of them. That's why he got 5.8k likes. You want to go read his comments too after this? And there's other videos, other people on Twitter. There's a lot of colored people that are furious about what Ubisoft is doing. They have no problem with Japan. The only people that do that are people that are aligned with Ubisoft and are being attack dogs and bots for them. Defending a billion-dollar company, as if, even if you did make this game to get delayed and you have to change it, like they're going to go broke. Like someone's going to hurt them. They're elite billionaires. You really think that? Stop defending them.
Being historically accurate has always been a cornerstone of the AC franchise, and it all started in this game's roots. For those of you unaware, Assassin's Creed is rooted in the Prince of Persia. The original game was developed as a Prince of Persia game. You were slated to play as an assassin tasked with protecting the Prince of Persia.
Yes,
the thing is, there were so many cool original ideas being thrown around that eventually Ubisoft saw the potential in that early build to become its own thing, thus we have Assassin's Creed. The Prince of Persia featured incredibly historically accurate feats. Things such as the prince being able to rewind time, run on walls in a manner that defies all laws of physics, and even dressed like an early 2000s MySpace emo before MySpace was ever a thing. This would be the perfect backdrop for the influx of historical accuracies that would come in the form of Assassin's Creed. I hate to say it, but someone's gotta be a martyr. Assassin's Creed Shadow is a travesty and disrespectful to everything the franchise stood for, and that is historical accuracy. And today, I'm gonna prove it by sharing my top 10 most historically accurate Assassin's Creed moments! Before I share mine, do me a favor and comment below some of your favorite historically accurate moments in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Sound cool? Bet. Now let's talk about mine. Assassin's Creed Unity is one of the most polarizing entries in the franchise.
I like this game, they just rushed it. I really enjoyed Unity. I thought it was a good game. Like I said, I like Ubisoft games. I've beaten tons of them. I have no problem with Ubisoft. I have a problem with the people at Ubisoft that have done this. Because Ubisoft is still a company that I like and respect. Though they are getting a lot of bullcrap, but I think this happens to a lot of companies. But the people that are wrong at Ubisoft, leaders need to check this, and they seriously need to think about a lot of things in the next half of year. They seriously do.
It starred a protagonist named Arno during the French Revolution, and many praised it for having the best parkour system in the series, but many also panned it because, well, it was incredibly buggy at launch. This has left the community split when it comes to bringing up Assassin's Creed Unity. But you know one thing most Assassin's Creed fans can agree on? It's the historical accuracy of Unity. See, Napoleon really did locate a key to the first civilization's temple, but I think my favorite historical moment in Assassin's Creed Unity is when Arno fights a World War II fighter pilot at the top of the Eiffel Tower. A lot of historians leave this part out of the textbooks, and honestly, you gotta understand, it's not due to malice. You gotta understand, Arno was an elite assassin hiding on top of the Eiffel Tower, fighting for his life and liberty inside of Europe during World War II. And it was easy to miss this moment because you had to be there, but luckily Ubisoft was, or else we would have not gotten this awesome battle. The next piece of history I'd like to highlight is for the Trump voters out there who don't believe in hate, just heritage. Did you know that Trump didn't coin the acronym MAGA? Well, oh yeah, it first came from ancient Greece. There's a side quest in Assassin's Creed Odyssey where the player has to help a disgruntled Athens resident named Cleon. He doesn't like the changes he's seeing in his neighborhood, so you're tasked with helping him.
But you see here, you can find in other games too. These people that are trying to say Assassin's Creed games have never been about historical accuracy. And just trying to change the narrative and void all that out. Actually, Ubisoft is focusing more on historical accuracy and their own agenda, though, than they ever have with any game with Shadows, without including Japan. I mean, it's their history. How are you going to tell me you're giving me the most authentic historical accuracy without including the people whose history, you know, that is? That's just insane to me. They made it quite clear that it's a lot of history with certain fiction. Of course, there has to be fiction in there. You're not 100% including Japan, and you want to fabricate what you want to fabricate. So fiction has to be included in that. And then when people only see that fiction word, they want to void out historical accuracy and only make you see that it's fantasy and fiction, so you can ignore all the wrongs and be brainwashed and defend some agenda. Or just because, oh no, it's just a black person. It's like, you know, that's one of the most unintelligent takes you can do. And it's just stupid to me.
Clean things up. After you finish helping him, you have a brief conversation with Cleon that goes something like this.
What do you think you're doing? You're driving this mob to madness.
Sandra's awesome.
This is nothing. I will make Athens great again.
She's in,
did you catch that?
Egypt,
make
by the way.
Athens great again. It sounds just like the Orange Man's signature catchphrase. Take every first letter in that statement and it spells out MAGA. Sorry, Trump fans, but he didn't invent MAGA. Cleon from ancient Greece did, and Ubisoft proved it. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation is a spin-off title that was released exclusively for the PS Vita in 2012, then released on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch as a remaster. This game contains some of the most historically accurate content in all of Assassin's Creed. It stars the black woman named Aveline who fights the Templar Order in New Orleans, with even a guest appearance by Connor from the main game. The story is set in
But you see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's plenty of Assassin's Creed. they have black people in it. None with male Japanese. And when it's their time, you want to do that again. When you put plenty of colored people in your games and you want to talk about DEI, I'm calling bullshit here. But you guys get the idea here. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with anything he's saying. He's doing everything intelligent. I didn't really have a problem with the other guy either. I had a problem with that one dude because he was being ignorant. If you go watch my video, you will see what I'm saying here. But once again, let's go back and remember this. Top geographies. You really have some people thinking that Japan didn't care. You really have some people thinking that it's all white males posing as Japanese. This is all just white people, and it's like, that's nonsense. Are they involved? Yes. But stop saying white people and be more accurate about what you're saying, because a lot of people's skin tone can be like that. Why don't you be more accurate about what you're saying? I would say that it's doubles, you know what I'm saying? Because you could find racism in so many cultures. If you're trying to exclude French from racism, then you don't know what you're talking about. You clearly are blind. People got to know what they're talking about here. And, you know, if we look at the age bracket here, it's 35 to 44, people closer around to my age, and 45 to 54. These are people that are old enough to know what's going on. These are the type of people in Japan that are getting involved. It's older people. There's no children here. 0% 24 under. Most people in the mid-30s and even up to their 40s and 50s. We're dealing with people here who you know what I'm saying? Some mature people here. And then you got the children that want to come in. When I say children, I mean these immature mindsets and just say goofy stuff. So I just don't want to hear any of that anymore. Now that's all over with. And like I said, 84.7% are males. Like I said, Japanese males are angry. So that's it on that, guys. And you guys want to get an overview here? Look, I'll even show you this right here. I have 60 subs off of this, 617 watch hours, 5.8K views. Everything's right here, my traffic. So yeah, I don't have to share this, but I'm doing it just to show you guys something. So that's the end of that. Like, subscribe, guys, if you like this type of content. And if you have anything to say, please comment down below. And if you want to challenge me with some more nonsense, my comments are open. But please be smart. All right, y'all. Peace out.